Hi, everybody, and welcome to our first pilot episode for the Vancouver Mulligan. My name is Philipp Lücke, and I'm originally from Germany, as you might already have noticed from my sweet accent. And I've been working here in Vancouver for almost over 2 years now, and I've been playing Magic since '96. I think I started with the 4th edition. But I'm not alone here. I'm here with my good friend.
I'm Garrett Wolf, and I'm a Canadian from up north in the cold. But I've been playing Magic since, like I had originally played growing up a long time ago. But just got back into the game in the Return to Ravnica block, which is a great place to jump back in, I think. And so what we're doing here on the show is we're gonna try and showcase some of the people and places and the types of decks that people are playing, and just try and shine the spotlight on the areas that make Vancouver a very unique Magic the Gathering scene.
That's the plan, and I hope you like what you see. I think we're going to the first episode now.
Let's head to 12 Kings. Hey guys, I'm Garrett Wolf, and we are here at 12 Kings Pub in Vancouver, BC for Monday Night Commander. We'd like to welcome you to episode 1 of the Vancouver Mulligan.
I've been coming here to play Magic for actually well over a year now. It was last summer that I first heard about this from my friend Tony. I mean, the bar, God bless them. It's well lit. We have like 12 tables to ourselves. It's just the best thing you could ask for, really. It's just a really great way to come out and play Magic. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's my favorite night of the week. So I started playing Commander, kind of in the early days of the format. Played with people and definitely kind of had like my own thoughts about the format. Kind of was like, oh, why is everyone trying to like kill each other too fast? And like, why don't we just try to have more fun and be casual about it? And so I never really found that atmosphere. And I was at a store picking up a few cards and I ran into Tony and he was like, oh, you should come to this bar. It's every Monday. People show up. We all play. It's like pretty casual. You can play whatever. I was like, that sounds great. Just started coming on a regular basis. And me, my friend Taylor, we started coming all the time. And there was a guy organizing it and his name was Casey. And Casey, I guess generally the group of everyone who was showing was just kind of his friends. Casey broke his leg, didn't show up for a few months. It just dried out. We had maybe a regular 12, maybe 15 players that would show up, and then no one showed up because Casey wasn't showing up. He wasn't organizing it. So, it really started to die off in the summer, and then Casey said, you know what, I'm not coming back for a few months. My leg's still broken. Why don't you take over? So Taylor and I took over the Facebook group. He actually made a great poster that we have at a few stores. So it's at The Connection, it's at Magic Stronghold, I think it's at a few like games clubs around town, stuff like that. We started to get a trickle in of people. I kept adding people from from other Magic Facebook groups in Vancouver. We started to grow it, and at one point, like the absolute worst part, or the lowest turnout, where we thought this was just going to fall apart, we had 4 people. coming back week after week, the same 4 people, and we were like, wow, I wish more people would show up. And, you know, it grew to 6, it grew to 8, then it grew to 20, and, you know, there's been weeks where we've had like 35 people here.
Okay, so we are back and we're looking at Curtis's Omnath Locust Rage deck. Why don't you show us some of the main components of this and how it helps Omnath work?
So, the biggest drawback with Omnath is that he costs 7 mana to cast. So, the whole name of the game, getting the ball rolling, is getting Omnath on the field as quick as possible. So, early game, there's things like exploration, which can just get all of your lands onto the battlefield as quickly as possible. We've got things like Orcish Lumberjack, which allows you to play Omnath by turn 4. Smoke Braider, Shaman of Forgotten Ways, Sakura Tribe Elder, Yavimaya Elder.
Great.
Yeah, and then once you can get him onto the board, the key is just to keep playing as many lands as you can, as quickly as you can.
Yeah, load up the tokens.
Yeah, make as many elementals as you can every turn.
Any protection against sort of board wiping or keeping Omnath on the field?
There's a few things like Whisper Silk Cloak, Swiftfoot Boots. I've got Gaia's Herald in there just to keep him from being countered.
Any crazy combos or stuff like that you know you find difficult to get off?
There's a really, really cool combo that's near and dear to my heart. I've only made it happen twice since I put it in the deck. But Storm Cauldron is really sweet with Omnath because it allows you to play multiple lands each turn, and once he's out there, it really screws everybody else because they can't play a lot of stuff without bouncing all their lands back to their hand.
Yeah.
With Mana Bond on the field at the same time, I mean, if I tap 7 lands, I bring 7 lands back to my hand, and then at the end of my turn, I can use Mana Bond to put all those 7 lands back onto the battlefield again. It gets pretty ridiculous if it stays on the board for a while. So Amulet of Vigor makes it so that if you can cheat lands onto the battlefield and as they come in tapped, they actually untap. So there's a card, Perilous Forays, which is really good with that because you pay 1, sack a creature, which if you have an elemental to sack, it's really sweet because that'll deal 3 damage. Search your library for a land, or a basic land, sorry, and it comes in tapped. Well, Amulet of Vigor will untap it. It'll create you another elemental, and then you can sacrifice that, use the land that you just brought out to pay for it, and do it over and over and over again. Basically, dealing 3 damage for every basic land in your entire deck. There's Warstorm Surge, which, whenever a creature comes out, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. You're bringing 5/5s out, multiple 5/5s every turn. You're dealing, If for whatever reason Omnath isn't on the field, I've got Tooth and Nail for Avenger of Zendikar and Perforos, God of the Forge. There's lots of token doublers, Primal Vigor, Parallel Lives, Doubling Season. Those all, every land that you get out there, really, you get 2 instead of 1. Goblin Bombardment lets you sack your elementals.
Awesome. Thank you very much for showing us at least a portion of the deck.
yeah, for sure. It's hard with a 100-card deck because there's so much stuff in there.
And they're all doing something good. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
No worries.
Thanks for watching episode 1 of the Vancouver Mulligan. Come back and check out episode 2 with us, where we'll be headed to Magic Stronghold, which is a very, very excellent spot for Magic the Gathering.
That's definitely true. And check out the next episode, because we heading there for Sweet Legacy play, my favorite format in Magic. And we want to showcase some really nice decks and some interesting people. And if you have comments and ideas for future episodes, just put them down here, as they say nowadays, here in the comments.
Like it, hate it, let us know.
Let us know, and always keep in mind, don't forget the scry.
Cool.